What's up? Dan here from Code Noobs. And today we're going to look at front end, back end, and full stack development. We're actually going to look at what the difference is between these three approaches to development or three areas of development. So a question that often confuses new developers or aspiring developers is really what is the difference between front end, back end, and full stack development? And how do you know which path is right for you if you're interested in web development? So first, let's start with front end. Front end development is client side and all about what users see and interact with on a website or application. So front end developers are the ones that build, think of it like as the user facing part of the website or web application. If you enjoy crafting visually appealing interfaces, enhancing user experiences, front end might be for you. Key technologies of front end development include HTML. This is like the skeleton of web pages. CSS. This deals with presentation, so the styling that makes everything look good. JavaScript, which adds interactivity to web pages. And then frameworks or libraries. These are tools like React, Angular, or Vue.js that streamline development. Backend development, in contrast, is the behind-the-scenes magic of our websites and web apps. Backend developers work on the server side, dealing with databases, server logic, and application architecture. Programming languages like Python, Java, Ruby, or PHP are important for backend developers. Understanding databases like MySQL, Postgres, or MongoDB for data storage. You should also understand server management, like understanding servers and APIs. Additionally, understanding frameworks like Django, Express.js, and Ruby on Rails may be important if you're interested in backend development. Full stack development, then, these are developers that are like jack of all trades. They're developers with the skills to work on both the client-side front end and server-side back end, making them versatile and highly valuable in the development world. So they can kind of do both and they understand the full picture, right? That's the important part here. Some advantages of full stack development are it's a holistic understanding, right? You can see the big picture of how applications function. You understand how the front end communicates with the back end and vice versa. Flexibility, you can switch between tasks to meet project needs. So you're not limited in scope, right? You can, if somebody needs help with the back end, you can work on that. If they need help with the front, you're there to help, right? And increased employability. A broader skill set opens more job opportunities, naturally. I would also add too, some advantages to full stack are if you're interested in, say, like freelance work, being a full stack developer means you can build on your own complete websites or web applications because you know how to, do all the things that you need to do to connect the front to the back end, to manage the database, and so forth and so on. So how do you choose your path? First thing you should do is think about your interests. Do you prefer to design user experience, or are you more intrigued by and logic? Asking those questions will help you kind of maybe hone in on what's important to you and what path might be better. Think of your career goals also. So specialists are in demand, but so are versatile developers. And consider the learning curve. Front end may be more visually rewarding initially. Back end might require more abstract thinking. Personally, I think front end is a good choice if you're just starting out because one of the nice things about front end is you can actually like literally see what your code is doing. And I think that makes it easier to understand the code initially and also work through sort of bugs, things like that. Ultimately, though, you do need to know some logic and you need to understand how the back end works a little bit, even as a front end developer, because you're still going to need to connect that front end to the back end at some point, and that'll help you overall. So some next steps to consider if you're starting out, right? Learn the basics. Start with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for front end, or just pick a language like Python or Java for back end. Learning that will not hurt you, right? That is a good starting point for anyone, and it will get you started and get you understanding what you might like. Build projects. This is probably the most crucial thing. Hands-on experience is invaluable. Create your own website or application. The more you build, the more you'll get a feel for what's right for you. Join communities, connect with other developers in forums or groups like our Code Noobs Facebook group. There you can ask questions. You can interact with people who are already working or further along in their own journey, and they can give you good insights that can help you, move forward and figure out the right path for you. And keep learning. Technology evolves rapidly. Stay updated with the latest tools and trends because that's going to be crucial long term for you anyway. So, just in conclusion, if you're trying to figure out the best path to pursue in web development, remember there's really no right choice, just the one that fits you best. The best thing you can do, however, is start learning. My advice to you would be start learning, start building projects, and, think about where you see yourself in the future. If you're really interested in, say, like, working from home, remote work, freelance work, being kind of a freelance contractor, that sort of thing, full stack's going to be a better option because it gives you a lot more versatility and the ability to do the whole projects, right? So keep these things in mind when you're thinking about it, but just get started too, because there's no reason to wait. That's it for this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and this brief overview of front end, back end, and full stack development. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more web development tips.